This is my favorite rice dish. It's just so versatile and I can eat it with absolutely anything. Hi everyone, my name is Janelle and you're watching Everyday Jane, where I make videos on simple living and delicious homemade food, which brings me to today's recipe. It's called Sinangag, which is a staple in the Filipino kitchen, and I'm so excited to show you, so let's dive right in. So the basis of Sinangag is garlic. And it's different to a lot of other fried rices because it's a really simple fried rice. It's meant to be eaten with other things. It's usually meant to be eaten at breakfast. Yes, rice at breakfast. So I'm gonna start with a whole clove of garlic here. It's a small clove, but really you wanna use a lot of garlic because it's the main flavor. So what I'm gonna do is use most of the garlic in one way, which is a rough chop, pretty small, close to a mince. And then the other way, I'm gonna slice them really thinly. Here I have about 6 cloves of garlic that I've crushed and removed the skins, and I'm just gonna coarsely chop this. I'm not being too particular about it. This is gonna be the foundation of our flavor. Lots of garlic. I feel like garlic is one of just those major staples in Filipino cooking, as it is with many other cultures, really. All right, that's pretty much good, right? Like, we don't need to go any finer than that. We're gonna move on to these cloves that I've just skinned and I haven't crushed, and these are gonna be our garlic chips. So if you've ever done this, a lot of people might use a mandolin. I don't have crazy knife skills, so I'm just gonna cut it as thinly as possible and as evenly as possible. So while I'm here at the chopping board, I'm gonna chop up a bit of spring onion. This is from my garden, that's why they're all wonky sizes. Quarter-inch pieces. And I would say that's about 3 spring onions, a little less. So I'm back here with my wok and I've preheated it. It's pretty warm right now, I would say at a medium heat. So I'm going to add my olive oil. I'm gonna add about a 1/4 cup of olive oil. And I know that seems like a lot, but this is for the garlic chips. And you actually need a good amount of oil in order to fry these garlic chips. Starts to sizzle right away, and that's perfectly fine. I would lower the heat to maybe a low to medium if you're finding it cooking too quick, because what you want this to do is actually sort of not burn the garlic on the outside before the inside has a chance to cook through. And once it's ready, we're going to pour it into a heat-safe bowl. So this garlic is ready, it's perfectly golden brown, and I'm just gonna pour everything, oil with it, right into this bowl. So now that my chips are done, I'm gonna take a little bit of that garlic oil without the chips and just pour it back in here, about a tablespoon. And I'm going to add my minced garlic right into this wok so we can get started on our rice. We don't want to overcook this either. We just want this to be very lightly brown. This whole place is smelling like garlic right now, and it's pretty divine. So right before it gets too dark, it's like that perfect light brown, I'm going to add the rice. And this rice is day-old rice. And it's really important that you use rice that's already been cooked yesterday, because then the moisture draws out of it a little bit, and the fried rice turns out so much better. So use your day-old rice, and at this point we plunk it right in. And immediately start to mix that rice because that garlic's at the bottom. Now, what's a little bit different in my recipe is I'm going to treat this slightly like sushi rice. So I'm gonna add a little bit of flavoring to it. Add a little bit of white vinegar, and I'm gonna say just right in the pot, about a tablespoon of white vinegar goes in here. So I'm gonna do that. Next, I'm gonna put about a 1/2 teaspoon of sugar in as well. I'm gonna mix that through. And then last but not least, a slight sprinkling of salt just to balance the flavors that I just put in. I know it's really simple, it's almost done really, but this is my favorite rice dish. It's just so versatile. If you're interested in like slightly crispy rice, all you wanna do is just hold on. Don't stir for a little while. Listen to the sound of the grains of rice at the bottom kind of, I don't know, crackling, and you know that that is really frying. I'm doing that now, just waiting for it to fry up, and then in about, I don't know, 30 seconds, I'll stir it through. All right, you've got that very ever so slight crispy bottom right there. I don't know if you can see it, but I assure you, it's there. Ooh, that color, beautiful. So next I'm gonna throw in half of that green onion, and now I'm gonna turn it off the heat. So easy. I love this rice. And that way we're gonna have a little bit of green onion that's been cooked and the flavors have kind of come into the rice, and we're gonna have a bit at the top that's just a little bit more fresh. Now let's plate up. All right, this fried rice is done, and I've also got a couple of things to eat the rice with. Just gonna put a little bit of rice on my plate here. Some garlic chips and a bit of garlic oil. I'm going to add some elements of freshness, tomatoes from the garden. Just put that on right there. As well as crispy Asian style fried egg. You always want those little brown bits in your fried egg. A bit of homemade tocino, which is a sweet Filipino pork dish that you usually eat with breakfast. This is a beautiful and special Filipino breakfast. I'm so excited to be showing it to you today. All right, so it's time for me to dig in. I'm gonna go for just the rice first, really, by itself. That tastes just like I remember it growing up, full of garlic flavor. It is surprisingly so simple, but so good at the same time. I really hope you give it a shot. You don't even have to do all the bells and whistles, just the garlic rice with the egg is perfect, or whatever else you want to serve it with. Please do give it a shot at home. Let me know what you think, and thanks for watching this video. Bye. That's good. That is so good. Mom would be proud.
Well done.
All done.